welcome back to D3 Glory Days, the double. This is our second edition of our YouTube series focusing on current athletes. Today, we're joined by SUNY Geneseo's Emily Pomainville and Coach Dan Moore. How you all doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking some time today to speak with us. I know you have the conference meet this weekend, which is probably a big one for you all at the SUNYACs. So thank you all for joining. So first question, Emily, where did you come from? You know, you have a great last 4 weeks, setting massive PRs and even a top 10 all-time time in the 1500. And so for people who may not be familiar with you, was this performance expected or has this been a long time coming?
I guess not expected in the sense that I hadn't competed in over a year. So I didn't really know like where my fitness was at that point. My goal coming into this season was to just run faster than I did before, which was like I don't even remember, 450 maybe. So definitely wasn't expecting to cut down that much time, but had quite a bit of time since I think March was when everything got canceled. So plenty of time to transform my fitness, I guess.
What has the COVID year looked like for you training wise? Were you able to stay motivated and continue to do good work, or did you need kind of an extended break?
I'd say like right in March when like I got the email saying everything was canceled, I kind of took like maybe a week or two to just say like, oh, that sucks. And then after that, I guess I kind of used that as motivation to rededicate myself to it, saying like, well, now I have time to transform myself before cross country. And then obviously cross country was canceled. So I did the same thing again until finally being able to compete in outdoor.
Coach, what it's been like to coach Emily these past, not only these past 4 weeks, but since COVID shut things down and now she's running amazing.
Emily is and has been one of the most transformative athletes that I've ever coached. From where she was to where she is now has been incredibly remarkable. She's been very motivated to keep training. She hasn't let the lost seasons really set her back, and she's used them to spring herself forward. And it's very inspirational to her teammates and myself. I think some of the viewers may want to know a little bit more about her training, and it is really untraditional. Emily, I'm going to ask you to tell the viewers, how many times in your college career have you gone over 40 miles per week?
I think last week was the only week I've ever done more than 40 miles, but yeah.
So yeah, she's really producing incredible results with, in I guess historic terms, not a lot of mileage. Not doing even 40 miles per week is relatively low for athletes, all things considered. And what she's doing is really, really incredible. She's just taking each workout as it comes. Like for her, it's a little bit more about the intensity and speed training than it is about obviously the volume for that. So working on speed mechanics, she just looks different this year. She's been able to go over the banana hurdles and working on speed and just watching her have that bounce in her step. It's been a 3.5 year process to see what she's become now. And I think being in COVID, racing less, training more has really allowed her to blossom into the athlete that she is now and putting out the times that she has. I mean, she's got great range over the past 4 weeks. She's top 10 in the 400 nationally at the Division III level, and she's leading the country in the 1500. She also anchored our 4x4 relay last weekend with a 55.91 split, and that 4x4 relay is number 1 in the country. She's also number 2 in the 800 and 10th in the 400. So, and number 2 in the 5K as well. She doubled back off the relay and ran 16:29. So she has blown expectations through the roof. I don't even know like where her ceiling is anymore. we've been talking about things and she's like, ha ha, I don't think I can do that. And then she goes and just smashes it. So she's been really impressive over the last year and a half, to say the least.
So Emily, with that range, I mean, it's awesome to be so good at so many events, but eventually there will kind of become a time where you're forced to, hone in on something that you have to prioritize a little more. Which of those events, where does your heart lie?
I've always been a 1500 runner. Yeah, definitely no question there. I tried to be an 800 runner for a while, but I don't think I am one. So
Was the 5K kind of scary to you guys coming off of such low volume, or were you just game for it?
that was my first like actual 5K on the track. So I was shooting for, I think 17:30 was my goal. So I was pretty happy with that. But
So 17:30 is a goal and you blow it out the water by over a minute and you win the race. How are you competing with smaller fields? I know your coach said that conference is going to be a smaller field. So how has that been, not going to, major invites this year and still running really well?
for me, I come from I'm from section 10. There isn't really much competition there. So I've always kind of ran by myself. And if anything, like I'm fairly internally motivated. Like competition doesn't necessarily help me. So I am able to just go out and do things. But I do think the 5K was a little different for that reason. And like that last K, I could have used some company, but I'm excited to see what happens when I have some, I guess.
Coach, what's the most exciting part of working with Emily?
I mean, her range is pretty exciting, that she just keeps defying expectations. I mean, we started to see the transformation in the fall when we didn't have a season and we were doing time trials. And she went out and she soloed a 1500 and was under 450 for the first time in her collegiate career, just all by herself. We're like, okay, this is starting to move in the right direction. And we did a 5K time trial and she ran 1750. And I was like, okay, like she's starting to turn the corner. And that's been the most exciting part, is just watching her just keep defying expectations and just her going out and doing things the way that she has. She's really reinvented herself with the recovery piece, and sleep and nutrition, hydration, stretching, all of that, I think, has played a monumental factor in what she's been doing for that. But yeah, the most exciting thing is just watching her destroy expectations. Even yesterday, we were on the track doing a workout, and it looks like she's running about 8-minute pace for a tempo run, but she's running 5:45, and then kicking off of that and running 44 seconds for a 300. It's like, what is this girl? What is she doing? How is this even possible? And she's making it look pretty easy too. So that's fun and exciting, is seeing what she's doing in workouts. She's doing some incredible things on the track with her training, and it's just a lot of fun to be part of.
How have you had to adjust as a coach?
Well, we get to work on things that we might not normally have worked on. So like for her, it was like the speed training. A lot of our mid-distance runners, we really work on 3 different components of training: the pure speed, the acceleration, the maximum velocity, and the speed endurance. And then we work on lactate tolerance development, working with extensive tempo, going into intensive tempo, working on lactate tolerance, and then more of the aerobic capacity, just starting with our steady state runs into our 80% marathon pace runs, into tempo, into VO2 max, and just watching it all come together more succinctly, a little bit more linearly than we have in the past, because we have a lot more time to train through rather than like racing. So adjusting workouts and doing things a little bit differently than we normally would have, I think, has worked really, really well for Emily based on her performances.
Emily, how's it been being able to be on a 4x4 that's currently leading the nation?
I was put on that relay the night before, so I didn't have much time to like think it over, but then showing up on the line, they were all like doing their speed drills and stuff. And of course, I'm just going out for my little 2-mile run or whatever to warm up. And it was kind of intimidating just because they're all so like talented and fast, but it was a fun time. The team came out and cheered for us, so that's a big part of our team culture. So it was nice to have that back. But
Awesome. What do you, so you mentioned you like the 1500 with potentially a team trophy in the mix. You know, are you going to double the national meet? Are you going to triple? What's the plan right now?
it really depends. I've only done one 800 so far this season, so I'm gonna try out another one of those and see which event I like the best. But definitely gonna focus on the 15.
15. Got it. So now
So
we'll
with Emily running 56.8 in the open 4 and splitting 55.9 in the 4 and having her 422 1500 time, logic would say that 800 is going to come down quite a bit. So we're excited to see what she can do there with that. But she's mentioned to me before the 800 is not her favorite. She's already said this before. So it's going to be a toss up with that 800 or that 5K at nationals in conjunction with the 1500.
got it. Are you, what's on tap for this weekend at conference?
I'm gonna do the 8 and the 15.
8 and 15.
Yeah.
Got it. So now we'll move into some quicker questions, kind of off the cuff. Make it think. First thing that comes to your mind. What's your favorite workout?
200s, I guess. Fast
200.
200s. Yeah.
What are you passionate about outside of running?
Music. I like to play the saxophone, and listening to music is always a good time.
Are you more likely to lead a recovery run or stay in the back?
I will always be at the back by quite a bit.
That's the mark of a champion.
Yeah.
I gotta say it. If you can check your ego enough to run the back on an easy run, that's the mark of a champion.
You won't win the races at the front of the recovery run. But
Amen. End it there. That's the end of the show. That's the message we want to get across today.
Are you going to come back for, do you have eligibility left, or are you going to use your eligibility, I should say?
I still have a year of eligibility. I'm not sure what I'm doing after graduation yet, but that's to be determined.
We're trying to break some news here. Are you going to come back for a 5th year at SUNY Geneseo?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Coach, what is this room you're sitting in? The nice chairs, they got the logo on them and everything. I thought this was a Division III podcast.
Yeah, this is the athletic film room. So
wow.
with the chairs, I'm facing forward, so the screen's in front of me. But
so you guys have a movie theater, is what you're trying to say?
We do.
Yeah.
Right outside my office window is construction, so I didn't want that going on in the background during this. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go down to the film room. It's literally right below my office. So.
And then last question. Oh, go ahead.
Nope. Go ahead, Stu.
I was gonna say, who is more likely to stop the workout, Coach or Emily?
I don't think I've ever stopped a workout, but I guess probably me.
Oh no, I would pull her saying, okay, you're going too fast. We're getting outside the energy zone that we're trying to work in, so it would definitely be me. I'd rip her off the track if she's going too fast and all that. But yeah, she's never not completed a workout.
And another tradition of this 2-episode-old show we have, Coach, we're going to give you 1 minute to give us your recruiting pitch as to why an athlete should come and run for you.
All right. So, I mean, at SUNY Geneseo, we really individualize training. And so Emily is competing at the top of the country, running 35 miles a week on average. Last year, we had Jenny Corcoran. She finished second in the country in cross country. And unfortunately, we had the outdoor season canceled. And I think she could have been 10K national champ. She was running 75 to 80 miles a week. So you're going to get success no matter where you are. Come as you are to Geneseo. It's a place where you can really develop and compete at the top of the country. And with that, we have a history of success at the team level, conference, regional, and national level. we finished third place and second place, and we're trying to win that national championship. And so this is a place where you can get individual success, you can get team success. And with that, and there's the culture and the community of the girls and the guys on the team. They're one big family. It's a lot of fun to come here and train with like-minded individuals that choose Geneseo because they want to be part of a culture of success. And going to compete for national championships is a lot of fun. I mean, I'm talking a lot about success and winning. It's not all about winning, but sure is a lot more fun when you can go in and compete for team and individual success. So it's a place where you can be successful and boost that resume to carry it on for life after undergraduates. And when you can say you're All-American and national champions and whatnot, it's really going to open doors for you. So take a look at Geneseo. It's a place where you can be successful.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining us. Emily, best of luck the rest of the way. Same to you, Coach. I should include you in there as well. We're excited to see what you all can accomplish, and we'll be on the lookout for your conference results here this weekend.
All right. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.